Imagery of Sexxy Red. We're gonna start back seeing the white boys getting drunk, getting themselves going back into the black community, snatching up the sexy red looking black girl.
Sexxy Red decided to post this AI-generated photo of her dancing, holding hands, and dancing with Reverend Dr.
Charleston White is in the news because of her recent actions, and the drama never seems to stop. The contentious musician has already faced criticism, but now he is being accused of mocking Black culture, which has infuriated many. In an attempt to push the limits of her controversial songs, she has even gone so far as to use an AI joke to make fun of Martin Luther King Jr. Charleston White isn't holding back when he asserts that despite the criticism Hot Red has already received, she is still compensated. Let's see if we mean to ridicule her own people. Because of her STI-themed lip gloss line and allegations that she infects others, Sexxy Red has long been accused of mocking Black culture. Nevertheless, she has already been charged with this. Despite her reputation for controversial behavior, this latest prank might be the most offensive thing she has ever done.
And the name for my lip gloss is something that nobody would have ever thought of. I got one called Nut, and it's the color of some nut. I got one called Gonorrhea. It's green like gonorrhea. I got one called Yellow Discharge, like how girls be having yellow discharge. Hole pink, booty hole brown, coochie juice. And coochie juice is clear with silver glitter. It's cute, like it's cute, and it smells good. And it's so, like, you know, people gonna talk, but other people was like, you is a marketing genius, because the sold so fast. And it smells good too. I be thinking all out the box. It's not even on purpose, it's just like my brain.
Her use of artificial intelligence to create a strange and inappropriate portrayal of Martin Luther King Jr., one of the most venerated figures in Black history, has drawn criticism. Her inflammatory songs have drawn criticism for going too far, with some saying they are not just controversial, but also openly demeaning because they reinforce unfavorable preconceptions about Black women. It is less about her music these days and more about how she reflects society.
I'm sick of them. I'm over it. I'm just be single and do me.
Friend, I'm celibate.
You
I'm so
celibate?
sick of them.
Celibate or celibate?
I tried selling it and that didn't work either.
So now you just celibate.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I be trying to be celibate, but then
It don't be working out.
people be like, let me talk to you in person, and then you know.
And then it's just downhill from there. It's okay, you try.
Some were unhappy when Sexxy Red upped the ante on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Her social media posts on Monday included 2 highly controversial images, and I can assure you that many people were not amused. Chief Keef was intermittently visible in one of the obviously photoshopped images of her marching alongside MLK. The second was even worse, showing her and Dr. King holding hands on what looked like a dance floor. This was not only a lousy joke in particular, it was blatantly disrespectful to a well-known individual like MLK, who practically dedicated his life to upholding civil and human rights. The daughter of Martin Luther King Jr., Bernice King, swiftly stepped in and called her out as if that weren't enough. Shameful, dishonoring, terrible, and purposefully disgusting, Bernice King said of Sexxy's post, she was not reserving. She was not mistaken when she stated that Dr. King is not here to defend himself and that her family and her father's legacy must be treated with more honor. Now for the interesting part. Appealing Red took the initiative right away when it was pointed out that it didn't look nice. MLK left behind a legacy that goes well beyond party flyers, AI advancements, and leveraging his image to gain more clout. Apologized and took down the message. She said she didn't mean to insult MLK's family and felt she was sharing something innocent. Prior to offering her apologies, she made the statement that people ought to think about what it would be like to have their father trivialized in memes and stories. This is not the first time, however, that absurd AI images of Martin Luther King Jr. have drawn a lot of attention. For instance, comparable Photoshop pictures of rapper Ice Spice and MLK in 2023 caused social media to go crazy. During marches, fans created memes that hilariously and absurdly compared Ice Spice to MLK. The memes continue to be attacked for trivializing MLK's legacy despite their humorous nature. Although Bernice King accepted the apology, the example demonstrates how famous people's memes and AI tweaks get disseminated, and not in a good way. Ice Spice brushed it off as a fan-driven prank, but when Sexxy Red actively tweeted about it on MLK Day, her version of events went farther. There is no way that anyone could find it anything other than disrespectful given the era and circumstances. That's not enough, says Charleston White, who says that this was not only a bad decision, but that Sexxy Red's disregard for Black culture to gain power is a bigger issue. Karen claims that the justification for the innocent error is implausible and represents just another example of her embezzlement of funds from her own people. From her provocative words to her controversial lip gloss names, he has been attacking her for her acts, claiming that she is using them to denigrate the culture and generate money. His current contention is that she was paid by superiors to act in this way, particularly in the wake of the MLK prank. Charleston, who is never one to keep his opinions to himself, is letting everyone know what he thinks about Sexxy Red's behavior, even if they are strong. Charleston is meant to normalize the scorn and stigmatization of Black women by implying lovely reds. Y'all, he says, it's a spirit, a toxic energy that's being marketed to the younger generation to make acts that are harmful seem cool. According to Charleston, the business has been focusing more on messaging than music, and enticing red is being used to spread some quite nasty notions.
I've never just strictly targeted Black girls. They first started targeting Black girls with imagery, saying, Black girl, you're not pretty if you don't have white girl hair. Those were symbolic things that they were doing. Now they're stripping the Black girl of the Black man had already shamed the Black woman's image to the world by way of rap lyrics. Bitch, hold something big, pouring beer on her in the rap videos. So that's why Mr. Laura C. Tucker came out and said, hold up, y'all, this misogyny music. So that's why she came out and did. She saw what it was doing, right? So now we're at a point now, if a Black woman is raped, she's gonna be questioned compared to a white woman. They're gonna automatically think a Black girl wants it. So what we're gonna start seeing, because of the imagery of Sexxy Red, we're gonna start back seeing white boys getting drunk, getting their trips, going back into the Black community, snatching up the Sexxy Red looking Black girl, or booking one prostitute for a Sexxy Red. It seems to us only for the Black girl. So the Black girl should start being more. She should start being.
Black men have already been ruined by gangster rap, in his opinion, but now they are concentrating on Black women. Who does he think is leading the way? That's right, Hot Red. He thinks that her songs and self-promotion are too X-rated and that they provide a bad message to young Black women. They portray her public persona and even her actions as stripping Black girls of their dignity and enabling society to treat them badly as a means of achieving a greater goal. That, along with the criticism she has been getting for mocking a cultural figure like MLK, starts to paint a picture.
Amongst young girls. She's introducing, we've had a gangster spirit. The gangster spirit down there wipes the young Black males out. This whole spirit is going to do a number on the young Black girls. They already got the ball. They never.
This is not a coincidence, according to Charleston, but rather a component of a long-term strategy. He asserts that musicians have long propagated divisive ideas throughout society by using music as a medium for evil. Look, this is the way to make it, but is it really worth it? Seems to be the business's response to artists like Sexxy Red, who advertise pornographic material and show off their money. Charleston goes one step farther, however, and asserts that this is untrue. Charleston's assertion that other artists are engaged is a good one. Pound Town and other songs have an impact and are not merely for amusement. Young people who listen to this kind of music are internalizing these themes, which is altering their perception of themselves and what is appropriate, and we must acknowledge that they are not only singing along for fun.
Song that it can be activated with music. So these elements are being deposited in our children because they get to hear this, they get to see this. And not only that, they watch the rewards of it. So I just read a question where somebody asked Sexxy Red something about why she always carrying money around. She said that she carried a wad of money around because
Now, let's talk about the emotional pit. Beautiful Red allegedly deceived all the young ladies who looked up to her when she disclosed that she had money on hand as a place to vent her emotions, according to Charleston. How would a woman feel if she saw that amount of money? She would believe that since it means power, she would do whatever it took to get it. Because of this mindset, Charleston says, young girls are more vulnerable to being tricked, pressured, and exploited by anyone with money.
trick because if you got a wad of money, can show them. I used to trick girls like that. The little hoe in the hood. I'll take $2,000 and go get $400 worth of warm, $200 worth of five, some 20s and 10s, and I'll make $2,000 look like $20,000 to a poor mother. So we don't know, the kids don't know that a black motherfucker walk around with a wad of money but really don't have no power because cash money have become really obsolete. No person with power towards cash. Nobody. No person with power and influence towards cash on this. And if she's using this tool and element as an emotional support, then she loves money. And for the love of money is the root of all evil.
Charleston White has actually attacked Gorgeous Red before. In fact, he had been chasing her for a minute during one of his now famous YouTube outbursts in 2023. Without hesitation, Charleston accused her of having an STD after pointing out a fault in one of her photos. He chastised her while circling the purported defect in his statements. It probably passed over her head like water on a duck, but Charleston was determined to hang on to this. The context of the more serious problems he is now revealing regarding her music and influence was established by that piece. As the famous Pound Town lyrics put it, "Keep eating that brown bee whole and effing raw," Hot Red was not impressed. His reputation has always been built on controversy.
You're a stoned down, dirty leg hoe.
We're gonna have to bleep that. You trying to get me,
You asked me what's coming to.
Here's the problem though. Charleston White not only disparages Sexxy Red, but Lord Jamar is also one of her most outspoken critics. If you are familiar with Lord Jamar, you are aware that he has never kept anything. Whether you agree with him or not, he did not hold back when it came to Gorgeous Red. He is known for being unsophisticated and brutally honest. His thinking tends to be lofty.
In order to inspire other young girls to be like her. I saw where they were trying to bring her to a school to like talk to the kids, right? But she pulled up to the school smelling like weed, so they didn't let her in, and she got mad. And she got mad, so she went outside and opened the sunroof to the limo or whatever, and was like twerking out the limo while all the kids gathered around and cheered her on. You know, Sexxy Red looked like the type of girls like back in the days, like you walk in the room and you'd be like, smell like somebody was in here. And what's crazy is I seen the video where she said her own pussy was stinking.
In an interview with The Art of Dialogue, Lord Jamar went to great lengths to claim that she personifies every problem the profession is currently facing. He criticized her appearance just as much as her music. He even implied in a quite scathing critique that she seemed to have a particular aroma, but he doesn't stop there. You know what? The often controversial topic of industrial plants was also covered in more detail by Lord Jamar. One of them must be Sexxy Red, he's sure. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a reality. She is comparable to musicians like Six and N, he continued, who are both excellent examples of how the industry selects particular individuals to perform particular tasks.
It's real. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory to believe that there are industry plants, you know, the Tekashi 6ix9ines and, you know, people like that that are put in this game to skew the minds of the masses and lead them down a certain road. And the road usually leads to some sort of self-destruction. Whether it be, you know, trying to get them on some gang banging and let them crash out that way, or get the females on some Porsche so they can go out here, you know, have mad babies or you know, contract transmitted diseases and all this nonsense, you know, or to promote pharmaceuticals like Plan Bs and all this bullshit.
A person's image and the message they convey are more important than their abilities, says Jamar. He believes that Red's attractive image is more than just a source of conflict. It is harmful. He believes that by turning Black women into commodities, she is being used to further harm their reputations.
Promote, like, the lowest level of everything. You know what I mean? They're trying to turn our women into whores. You know what I mean? Like, they really want to turn our women into her culture. Like, and Sexxy Red is just another example of how we're gonna reward someone who's, you know, very low on the financial totem pole. You could tell this girl came from like the Jets. Like, I don't know where she's from, but she come from the dirty Jets. Like, you know what I mean? And like, everybody knows girls like her. You know what I mean?
But hold on, there's more. After TikTok singer Donna Dannon revealed that Sexxy Red was a marketing gimmick, a contentious debate occurred. Sexxy Red was not in compliance with the accusation and refused to accept it, as you may know. Then, with characteristic flaming red flare, she stated that Black women should avoid her and Suki Hana because of Red's overt sexuality and strong, assertive personality. As you are writing the remarks, sincerely, we've become used to her passion, but this is when it becomes unpleasant. I'm young, and you turn everything around on me out of rage. Even though a lot of people thought Dane's criticism was more about imposing a constrained, idealized representation of Black femininity that restricts individuality and self-expression than it was about holding people accountable. A much larger social media discussion over elitism in the Black community was sparked by the accusations made against Messier Dan. Some believe that by demonizing women like Tempting Red, she was perpetuating negative stereotypes, despite the fact that she had some admirers.
They want to post because they know every time I get posted, it's gonna go up. Because they know somebody's gonna talk some shit. Yeah. I feel like the blogs be wanting me. Like, y'all know they finna get on here and talk some shit about me. So why y'all even posting?
You're actually one of the most authentic people I've met.
For real?
Super down, super cool, super down to earth.
That's what I'm saying.
Supporters of
Proponents of Sexxy argue that the critique is the basis of the problem since it ridicules Black women for not fitting a specific stereotype. An interesting topic raised by this discussion is who is at fault in this situation. Sexxy Red icons of honesty and independence appeal to women, despite their absurd tactics. She is spreading a bad story, according to DNE and other critics, while her supporters argue that these narratives are being imposed by the same system that benefits from creating controversy and shock value. Is Sexxy Red actually hurting how Black women are perceived, despite the fact that she might be a reflection of the music industry and society in general? Interview 1834/1855, and the industry has already called Sexxy Red a hoax, as Lord Jamar has already mentioned. Given everything that has been going on lately, from the AI-generated MLK issue to Charleston White's hateful remarks and Lord Jamar's charges that she is an industry plant, it makes it obvious that Sexxy Red is the main topic of these heated debates. Is it because she doesn't feel regret? It is not surprising that she is regularly condemned for her activities because of her contentious songs and the accusations associated with her name, which constantly shift her between being a bold performer and a polarizing figure in Black culture. What are your opinions on this? Do you believe that Lord Jamar and Charleston White are correct in their criticism of Sexxy Red, or do you believe that they are exaggerating her actions enough? Do you believe that the company may be? Do you believe Sexxy Red will ever address these concerns in a way that changes the public's opinion? Use the comment section below to let us know. Clicking like and subscribe is crucial if you want to be informed about the most recent advancements in this field. Naturally, the next video on your end screen will show you even more drama.